Hello everyone and welcome to the 9th episode of What Did We See in the LEC. Today we will talk about week 8. Fuck coronavirus for ruining my sync. Let's get right into it, starting with our first topic. Selfmade is a monster. His path on Fnatic's game versus Rogue is something that should be presented to every jungler in the world in a lesson on how to path aggressively. Before we take a look at his path, let's talk about Fnatic's win conditions that he knows he needs to play around. Rogue have drafted 3 hyper carries that scale really well into the late game. Vlad, Victor and Xayah. Xayah is the only one of those who deals physical damage, of course. Putting Xayah behind will let On and Co itemize Emmer easily without the fear of Xayah 1v5ing. Xayah Rakan is a strong lane that can dominate most bot lanes. Ezreal Set is also a strong lane. Whoever manages to tilt the bot lane towards his favor wins the early game. Fnatic should have an easier time with that because On and Cassio are generally stronger than Vlad and Victor in early game dives and TPs. When comparing the two drafts, Rogue's probably outscales when talking about the 4 item power spike. But Fnatic have a period of time between the on upgrades and the 4 item point in which they are stronger. At this time, which will probably be between the 2nd and 4th item, Fnatic can easily win teamfights and close out the game. Nice win condition to have, isn't it? So, knowing these are his win conditions, and in spite of being the weaker early game champion, though Gragas is pretty broken right now, he went ham and pressured the entire map to the point where Rogue could not bring themselves to take a proactive step for the entire game. Let's look at his path. He started at his red and moved to clear his entire topside jungle. This path made sure that Inspired couldn't get ahead by clearing the side of the jungle, making it very risky for him to go for plays on the top side because he couldn't fall back for camps. From there, he moved straight to bot to gank. Only an insane play from Vander prevented Fnatic from getting a kill. Inspired came bot a bit later, and because of his bot lane's HP advantage, Selfmade could secure himself the bot side scuttler. Then, he moved mid and helped Whippo push his lane to the tower, and they moved together to threat a bot lane dive. They did it again 30 seconds later and made Hans and Vander recall and lose more than a wave of EXP. Then he finally recalled. You thought it ends here? Hell no! After the back, Selfmade moved straight into the top lane, helping Nemesis push. Then, he again moved bot together with Whippo, denying 2 more waves from Hansama. The fact that he gave up camps to be top before he ran all the way to the bottom lane so that Nemesis could safely push out is insane to me. That's how you differ the mediocre and good junglers in LEC. The great junglers don't fall behind either. At this point, Reckless had a full level advantage, 14 CS and 2 plates over Hansama. Selfmade took his raid, topside scuttler, and gave Nemesis the blue. Then, he moved straight to the Herald and secured it. After 2 of his topside camps, he recalled. Now, he pathed towards his raptors and tried to secure river control. Inspired was there, and Vlad had priority so he had to back away. He took his Krags knowing that his bot lane is safe at the moment, and then moved with Healy to secure river control. He used it to gank mid and then summoned the Herald. He died for those kill and plates. Meanwhile, bot lane took a tower. Let's pause this game and look at what Selfmade had done. With a volatile bot lane and with a losing early game matchup, he made the bot lane unplayable for Hans and Vander. Using Whippo to keep threatening dives in the bot lane, while making sure both him and Nemesis can push their lane safely. He ended up 8 CS behind Inspired, but because of his pressure, Reckless had 115 CS and took a full tower compared to Hans's 88. He helped his team secure 9 plates and a full tower in 12 minutes. All Inspired did was try and follow him around the map to unsuccessfully try and stop him from wreaking havoc all over it. Reckless had around 2k gold lead over Hans for most of the game thanks to Selfmade's insane early pathing. As for Rogue, that consistently disappoints us with drafts and game plans, the lesson is to use their jungler to secure mid priority. Selfmade's usage of Whippo was crucial for Fnatic's early game success, even though he should be losing to the LEC. If Larsen and Inspire don't think they can win this 2v2, they shouldn't have picked this victor. Next, let's talk about the Misfits crew. They had looked really good since the 3rd week until 2 or 3 weeks ago. Teams have caught on. Their jungle support synergy is being broken by draft or by teams out-pressuring them in the bot lane matchups using B-Voi's inability to lane correctly. Now that they've lost to Schalke and Mad Lions, I'm even more confident in my prediction from the tier list episode. Episode 7. This team will not have a deep run in playoffs, losing every best of 5 they play. They might steal one game in a series from Mad or Rogue if they get to play them, but that's it. Let's take a look at those 2 games to understand how did they lose. Let's start with their game versus Schalke. From the draft, it's clear to see that Misfits' main carry is the Varus. Him and GP are the two damage dealers this team will have going into the late game, and he needs to be able to shred Schalke's frontline faster than Schalke's carries can shred his. Rezork starts in the top side to path towards bot when he finishes his clear, but BY gets caught by the oldest trick in the bot lane book, the bot lane level 2 power spike. He lost half of his HP in that trade and made Danik lose most of his. In an instant, Misfits have lost their chance to have bot lane priority for the next few minutes, and Razork's path that was crafted to help this bot lane and get them ahead now screwed him really hard. Because of the bot lane prio, Lurox could invade and take both of Razork's bot side camps, forcing him to move to the top side, where he have no camps up. Lurox have cleared his entire top side jungle as well. So, Razork literally has nothing to do while watching Lurox farm his bot side jungle. Razork moved top and got his topside crab, but he of course couldn't dive a Maokai with a GP, so he just based after that. Razork could move to the bot side again only at the 5th minute after clearing his topside camps. He hovered mid to help Fabi push his lane into the tower, but didn't stay long enough. Lurox came to gank and got the first blood onto Fabi for his Azir. At this point, the game already seems very hard to play. One of the enemy's hyper carries already got himself a kill, while Misfits' main carry is almost 20 CS behind. The game continued with a lot of pressure from Lurox and some more ints of Fabi, who probably doesn't know Ornn and his wave control mechanics very well because he kept dying trying to fix bad waves, and Schalke snowballed the game to the W. In this game, Bivoy's int and Fabi's poor mid lane play made it so that Razor couldn't help his bot lane getting the advantages he needs them to get, so they slowly but surely lost the match. It seems like Razor knew the win condition and tried to play towards it with its early pathing, but a very bad trade from Bivoy, a couple of early ints from Fabi, and so many missed ults of, again, Bivoy, made it impossible for him to impact the map the way he wanted. Misfits' second game of the week was their game vs Mad Lions. In this game, Misfits have drafted a very straightforward draft. It's one of those drafts we see a lot in the LCS, where players are having a hard time understanding win conditions and power spikes. J4 Ori Not and MF is a very straightforward wombo combo with Camille, who is supposed to be countering the Atworks, either split pushing and destroying side lanes or flanking and cleaning up teamfights. Another good point for this draft is that because of their movement speed and laning power, it's very hard to int on MF. Bivoy's major weakness of being a bad player should not be as transparent in a game like this. This game starts off great for them, with Rezork getting first blood for his Camille onto the Aatrox. He secured the Scuttle Crab to make sure Dandan has the vision he needs to keep farming, and got top in time to clear up some kills from Mad's dive onto the Camille. Even though Rezork got 2 kills, Dandan was denied more than a wave of EXP. A failed dive attempt 3 minutes later did not help Dandan, but a gank from Fabi got him his lead back. The team lane swapped, and from here on out it seems that Misfit forgot that getting Camille ahead is their early game priority. They left him on an island, while Humanoid and Shadow are moving bot again and again to deny him waves, and kill him because he gridded really hard this game. Even so, Misfits got into the mid game in a fine position. Their comp generally scales better, and they should win teamfights unless Kaiser gets an insane Taric ulti. They shouldn't have problems engaging or taking towers when Med are collapsing onto Dandan, who should have the favorable matchup versus Romes as his second item. He didn't build the Executioner's Calling for some goddamn reason, which made those 1v1s way harder for him, but the point still stands. And then at the 21st minute, Fabi decided to int it. He tried to get a pick onto Shadow, failed, and killed himself together with Razork and Danik. Mad got an early Baron from this. Even after this play, the Misfits were in a great position to still win the match if they could just sit patiently, scale a bit more, using Dandan's pressure on a silent to split Mad up, and buy themselves some more time. Instead, they panic near the Drake Pit at the 25th minute, Bivoy hard ints it and dies to a Gragas that didn't even need to flash to get to him, and they give up soul. Still winnable, my friends. They still scale, and it's only a mountain soul. Just make Camille buy these fucking executioners already, and send her to the side lane with her 2 Fabi gets caught again. They lose another Baron. Mad used this Baron to get 3 inhibs, followed up by an Elder, and the game. To summarize this game, Misfits did not play to their win conditions. Camille did not build the 1-800 gold item that would let her 1v1 the Aatrox in the side lane. Misfits kept getting caught, mostly Fabi, Dandan and Bivoy, and forcing fights that they shouldn't even be in, instead of letting Mad's indecisiveness around objectives stall out the game to the point when the Ori MF combo is lethal. They did not understand their comp's win conditions and did not play towards them at all. So why are Misfits losing games? First, Bivoy is really bad. I can't stress this enough. His laning phase is god awful and he tends to get caught even after it. The great synergy Danik and Rezorg had showed us wasn't demonstrated at all this week because Danik had to stay bot guarding his ADC that really tries to sprint it. Secondly, it seems like not all of the players knew their matchup and win conditions this week. Fabi died on 2 different waves with Ornn, Dandan did not spend the 800 gold that would let him be a split pushing monster and 1v1 the Aatrox at any time, Bvoy kept dying and losing trades with no real reason, which made sure his jungler can't play towards his lane. It seems like the players, and especially Fabi and Dandan, don't understand their comp's win conditions, even when the comp literally spit them its purpose in the face. They should work on some self-control and learn a bit more about their drafts before playoffs, but without a better AD carry they wouldn't go far anyway. Thank you everyone so much for watching. Check out my channel for more videos that I have done. Make sure to subscribe to check out the next episode of What Did We See in the LEC next week.